What's up, sad boys, and welcome to the channel. It's time for another Punk Goes matchup. This time we're doing Punk Goes 80s versus Punk Goes classic rock. Will you please bring out the bracket board?
I was just looking at that.
We're doing a gosh darn bracket up here. We already done a video for Punk Goes Metal and Punk Goes 90s too, and we did a video for Punk Goes Pop and Punk Goes Pop Volume 7. Now we're over here, we're doing Punk Goes 80s and Punk Goes Classic Rock, which will take on our Punk Goes Metal and Punk Goes 90s too. All of this with the goal of coming to one perfect playlist. One playlist with the best of the best covers, and there is no better music than the 80s. Let's start with track number 1, Manic Monday by the good old Christian emo punk rockers Relient K.
I always forget about that.
I like the original a whole lot. If this wasn't a cover, if this was just a Relient K song, I would think it'd be like one of their more fun songs. I really like what they did with the synth. It sounds like it's fucking perfect, and I think his voice works well. Yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
But will it stack up against More Than a Feeling by Hit the Lights?
It's more than a feeling when I hear that old song.
When we talk about classic rock, it's hard to get any more classic than Boston. It's a weird note to start out your classic rock covers album with Hit the Lights. Hit the Lights is about as pop punk as you can possibly get. Did it work with Boston?
It did. I think it did. Definitely a dad band. Yeah, so it's one of the it's dad rock that I still enjoy to this day.
Okay, so does it work better for you than the Relient K cover? Because my heart's in the Relient K cover. Are you leaning towards Hit the Lights?
I think
Are we gonna roll on our first one?
I think we might have to.
So whenever we're at an impasse and we don't know what song to pick, or we are both stubborn in the songs that we want, as such we roll the dice, the almighty dice. I will be rolling for Relient K, and my roll is a 2.
I got a 7.
And for our number 2 slot, we have an 80s staple, and we can't seem to outrun it. It just keeps catching up with us.
I walk along the avenue. I never thought I'd meet a
I understand that this is an 80s synthwave song. I get that. Don't know why they're putting that on his vocals. It sounds awful. He has a pretty decent voice.
He has a pretty decent voice, but when you add in all the effects on top of it, it kind of takes away from the song. It feels like you're not getting the full hidden in plain view experience. You're getting hidden in plain view doing a thing.
I see you red door and I want to blame it back.
I definitely like the female singer a lot. Her voice is very powerful.
Versa Emerge is a very competent band, and all the parts in the song were translated well. I just found as a whole, they kept trying to change out the melody so much that it sort of ruined the flow, but I do think it's better than our Hidden in Plain View. So Painted Black will be going on the playlist, and 2 songs in, we are a little more classic rock than I was expecting.
I'll stop the world and melt with you.
It is hard to listen to this song without thinking of like the Twits commercials or the Hershey Kiss this is pretty much just a straight up cover, just a very competent. We have all the parts of the original here, and it's just meant to be a solid cover of the song.
They didn't bring anything new to the table.
I'm free.
Aaron Gillespie's voice is so it's powerful but vulnerable at the same time. Also, I'm a fan of the Almost. I'm a fan of Underoath, so his voice has always really spoke to me.
He brings a youthness to it.
Personally, I'm feeling Free Fallin' over the I Melt With You cover.
It's a refreshing cover.
I thought this was gonna be a fucking slaughter on the 80s side.
Yeah.
Josie's on a vacation far away.
I like it given itself in isolation, but then it just broke up into a pretty standard cover, and I felt like the scener didn't really have the cheesiness. They didn't really indulge in the song. There's a sass to it.
You gotta be sexy. The song is sexy. That was a snooze fest.
It's never been my favorite Queen song. I don't like Arena Rock Queen.
And if you're gonna do a super overplayed song, do something different to it. At least like
Yeah, like Midtown.
at least your love. No, I hate it. I hate them. I hate them both. Should we put an 80s one on there just because we don't have one?
Sometimes that is what you do.
Pity pick.
A pity pick. Some songs are overplayed, but yet can still hit you in a way where you don't mind it. Rufio is a competent band. We absolutely loved their Madonna cover. Doesn't quite elevate the song as much as that Madonna cover. Why is night spelled wrong? The Somerset's just always been so bubblegum poppy to me that I don't like them in any capacity. And Kiss.
I also don't really like them.
Oh, yay, Rufio.
Yo.
I'm sorry I lost myself. I think I thought you were
So this whole time we've been talking about songs that are overplayed, songs that have been done to death. Leave it to Motion City Soundtrack to come in here out of nowhere with a lesser known REM song and make it this fun alternative groove song. It's fucking, I love this.
I really enjoy REM's lyrics. Very, like you were saying, cheeky and smart.
Will Motion City Soundtrack be the third consecutive 80s song on our playlist, or will We the Kings block their chances with a 38 special song?
I'm so caught up in you, little girl, and I never
The song already exists. It's been made by 38 Special. We the Kings aren't doing anything to it.
There does seem to be a genuine lack of creativity on this album, whether it's because of production, song selection, or time given to the covers. Whatever the circumstances may be, it does feel like a lot of cuts on here are one-to-one covers. The 80s CD has been guilty of it too, but I feel like the bands are given just a little more leeway, a little more room to discover. Oh, 2005 emo hits me in such a beautiful place. I love this song wholeheartedly. Emery, they're hometown heroes. I'm biased when it comes to Emery. I cannot see through my blindness.
You know I don't like screamy breakdowns around here.
Oh my god, it was 12 seconds. You like black metal. You like
true.
hard. Oh my god. We're in agreement, it's Emery then.
Yes, I just wanted that to be that.
How the tides have turned. We thought this was gonna be a classic rock shot. We both collectively thought together. That's the 80s. They're so cool. They come in a little late, but they come in fucking clutch. Let's hope they don't overstay their welcome.
show me how you do that trick. The one that
It had a nice bounce that they kept up throughout the entire song. It brought a good energy to The Cure while also still capturing that morose sadness. This one was unexpectedly solid. That's interesting. I thought we
Did we already hear this?
already heard hold on, let me check the
Jesse's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it.
This cover is a little better and a little more competent than the Midtown one. Feels very natural in their hands. Where the Midtown cover, it felt jarring when it felt like you turned on a different song. I like this cover a lot more than that, but I don't know if I like this cover a lot more than Just Like Heaven. Oh man, this is why you need a strong constitution to even approach these tough questions. I guess we are getting that 80s shutout.
More than a feeling, it's the power of
Bold move to take one of the greatest, tone it down to a soft, melodic lullaby that would be more akin to like 1960s, 70s hippie music. But it does also feel a little at conflict with the melodies of the original. I think it's safe to say that this is probably preferable over this Power of the Love.
Straight up now tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
Straight up, seriously? Probably one of the best songs on here. Halifax, way solid. Forever the Sickest Kids. Eh.
crazy, but that's how it goes.
It feels kind of like a joke when Forever the Sickest Kids picks like the only Ozzy Osbourne song that anyone could possibly know. I don't even know how to take this. Are you fine with Straight Up?
Let's do it.
Please.
All dressed up with nowhere to go.
It's hard to capture the mania of Oingo Boingo. They had the grooves in there. Does the main bring the grooves to pour some sugar on me?
I'm hot, sticky sweet, from my head to my feet, yeah.
It's gross. It's just gross. I don't enjoy it. I enjoyed the Dead Man's Party. Fuck it. You go on the playlist. Suck it.
You consider me the young apprentice.
The Police are fine. The Police are cool. You give it a little bit of a reggae beat to it, and I think it works real well. Is it anything special? I don't know. It's kind of dour, a little slow. Envy on the Coast, All Along the Watchtower. This is a recipe for something delicious.
I thought it was done very well. Like I really enjoy his voice. Quite true to the Jimi Hendrix vibe.
I think that it's a little more fun than the Police cover. Unlike our Power of Love cover, which took a synth poppy song and toned it down to a soft acoustic cover, this took a soft acoustic cover originally done by Bob Dylan and pumped it up full of energy. Take Me Home Tonight is a very enjoyable song, but this cover doesn't give me anything that the original didn't. So they say, thoroughly enjoyable on its own. I feel like there's 1,000 slow down, soft, emotional, sad, acoustic versions of this song. I do enjoy the electronics.
Mr. Robot did it.
Yeah, Mr. Robot had it in it, and I like that version.
I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy.
The only people that do this song incredibly well is Queen.
It's like trying to cover Pink Floyd. No matter how competently well you do it, it's always going to feel kind of like a Pell imitation. And that brings us to our very last mashup on this playlist. So last episode, I referenced Joyce Manor's cover of this song as a perfect adaptation, one that takes the parts that work and elevates it above its original. I would say Amber Pacific has done a pretty good straight adaptation of the original.
I like the speed of the song too.
Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, sing for
This one feels more like Imagine Dragons and Defying. We're gonna fucking close this bitch out with Video Killed the Radio Star.
In my mind, And in my car.
This is the first album where both of them actually have the same amount of songs on it, so we won't have to do any fuckery. And this is our playlist, 5 classic rock songs. Honestly, I'm surprised that many made it. Terribly surprised that the first 3 in a row went to classic rock. So I guess what we can say is classic rock put their best foot forward, where 80s came a little late to the party, but once they were there, they fucking hung around.
Which is just what you predicted.
I'm a little bitter that the Inferior Year Love is on here and not the I See Stars version. The I See Stars version, I still see you in my heart.
The bands that got them right really got them right.
This playlist here will now go song to song, cover to cover with our metal and 90s volume 2 playlist that we made that only had 5 refugees from the 90s part 2. That's interesting. So then you have to decide for yourself, is that worth paying a full album price? I don't think so, which is why we are doing the Lord's work here and putting together a playlist with only the most worthy covers we could find. Do you agree? Do you disagree with our playlist? Let us know below. What 2 albums would you like to see go toe to toe? These were some tough calls. I make some tough calls in my life. I'm Grayson Todd.
I'm Nyx.
Join us next time when we go over Punk Goes Pop Volume 2 and Punk Goes Pop Volume 6. Stay swazzy, stay posy, listen to some good shit, listen to some of these covers. Toodles.